We return back with a colossal door slamming in your face and anti-Koopy revealing themselves as potentially big bad.
Small bad.
small, well, in stature.
Big
in personality. So, we arrive with this reveal. The door is closing, and you're left in front of this huge, colossal door with like little orbs of light embedded into the door, like as Theobald's seen, like a constellation, like a star constellation. You're left outside on the other side of this door, as your quarry sits on the other.
May I be doing something in the background? I bought some laboratory equipment with me, and I'm just mixing some chemicals together and trying to make something. But I prefer not to say what it is just yet.
Okay, that will be your third piece of gear.
Yeah, that's totally fine with me, yes.
Okay. I'll let you not cook, but chemist on that? I know.
Hold on, let him cook. Let him cook.
Will I try to focus on to see like we were talking about? I'm not sure. Maybe using my kind of third eye, trying to sense which kind of magic was it? Did the magic of opening the portal come from Pastor Armand, or did it come from the actual sword? Or you said sword, right?
But yeah, make a sense roll. Low stakes. There's no stakes to this, really.
Okay.
This is just about getting a sense for things.
I'm rolling so bad, I think it completely makes sense. 2 1s and a 2, so 0. Yep.
You just weren't close enough in time to get a blip. And there was, I'll say it was obscured by the intense readings coming from the other room.
Yeah.
Can I, having seen this nefarious little woman again,
Yeah.
Can I try and reread her now that I have some context and just that little like glimpse that she gave us, understand, like just trying to understand her a bit better, or get some insight as to what she's how in control did she look of the situation? Is this the Cardinal? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Roll me a read. Reading this person.
Straight roll. 3. Sad.
You are just shocked by the like, fuck, I knew it! kind of thing. What the? Yeah, you did that, bitch. Yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, you're all a bit broken at this point, which is probably why these rolls aren't going so great.
Yeah, I will comment aloud. I can't believe it. What is she doing here? That makes no sense. Did you guys saw it was her?
This is ein conundrum.
Yes. It's very worrisome. Things don't make sense anymore, even more than they did before.
In this time, also going to be very nice. You can use your last 2 points here at this pause. If you like, to, as you're trying to figure out your next steps, kind of just like, you're just kind of bandaging, you're like putting a band-aid on stuff at the moment. You're kind of just like, right, as we figure out next move, let's just prepare for whatever's next, kind of thing. So you've got 2 points.
What if
this? I will say this is the last chance you're getting to use them.
What if you think of a number from 1 to 5? There will be 2 numbers, and then we just guess it.
Well, we could do the roll for it thing if you want to. Yeah. So highest and second highest get to use it. So yeah, go for it.
Cool. 5.
5.
3.
3.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought we could have 3 5s then.
Yeah.
Funny.
I think in this moment, Tybalt, you're just rattled. Your father's here.
I
Auntie
mean, it
Coopie's
is.
here.
Yeah, it is too much for Tybalt.
It's a bit too much.
Yeah, I think he kind of had like quite a bit of trust on her. He's probably told her way too much information on different things before because since his Jack died, he's kind of been pretty much alone. So he's been relying on telling her so much information.
It's betrayal.
Yeah. So now knowing that she's working with my father and he's probably been telling her everything, it's just like, fuck.
I'll say in this moment, Betrayal, always get a sense of you may have left the ascendancy, but it didn't leave you.
Yeah, I feel like I should give myself a point of brain just from that reveal, to be honest with you.
I'll say
sense.
for that 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Go for a marker brain.
Yeah. Brain.
Stressed out.
too much.
So stressed. Right. We'll start with Klaus. Klaus, what are you going to use your point in?
I mean, I'm so close to taking a second scar. It's I've got 2 in body and 2 in bleed. So I mean, I've got to do a stitch. Like if I hadn't have won that roll, I was like, I think I'll probably be out of this pretty much straight away. So I'm quite glad I did. So yeah, definitely taking a stitch on that.
Okay. In this moment, what are you doing to kind of narrate this stitch?
I mean,
are you looking after yourself?
Yes. I mean, obviously the things that were attacking us, I'm just trying to patch myself up as best as I can do. There is one thing I'd like to do, and actually I might ask for help from Tybalt if that's possible, in regards to the slash that I got across my chest.
Yeah, we can make this like a narrated moment. There's no drives or anything related to it. This is just a moment for you two.
As I begin to sort of stitch it up, and then I take there's a little light bulb that comes on above my head, lights up the entire room now. And I say to Tybalt, this sword is ein Vater used. Is the same sword that he slashed me with, yeah?
I think so. Was it?
It was.
Higher power above?
We wait for something to answer.
I'm gonna say, like, in that point, you may have stitched out, but you're a bit paranoid. What else did the sword do to me?
Yeah. Would you maybe be able to use your other worldly powers to see if there is any lingering magic or attunement or anything that may be in through this slash?
Of course. I'm so proud of you. I see you are starting to believe. I will, yes, I'll kind of get my locket out and I will kind of like creepily start kind of like bouncing it just like that, close to where the slash of the wound is, kind of like close my eyes just to give it a bit more flair. Just rolling back into my whole show thing.
Yeah, I'm going to say in this moment with that happening, Klaus, you've been trying to stitch it, right? But the wound won't close.
Oh, 9.
And in this moment, Tybalt kind of does it. Tybalt, your husband, puts their shadowy hand on their chest. And little beads of light go into the shadow. You see, and Klaus, you see little beads of light getting sucked into something, but you do not see where it's going. You just see little droplets kind of almost come out. And your wound just goes, heals itself, leaves a scar behind, but the marks are now gone.
Even though they don't see it, I do, and I'll just kind of put my hand on top of my husband's ghostly hand for a second, just to try to get a sense of that connection that we have.
Yeah, you're molding the clay.
Yeah. That was such a good reference.
Like a little Patrick Swayze moment.
Yeah,
I mean, okay. Except for the fact that that's a human being.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Art, going, I'm not sure this is okay.
He's just like with the Whitney Houston going on, just all sensual stuff, and then he panned down at this wrinkly old man just there. Like, it's like, what's happening?
I straightened my bow tie.
That's funny. Well, that's happening. Art. You're in the corner watching this.
I was gonna do such a kind of delicate, soft moment, and all that, and I'm just watching this weird fucking shit out. No, it's fine. Anyway,
Wow.
So I think okay. So equally, Art's pretty fucked up. Lots of marks. So start of a 10, I will take a stitch as well to get rid of all of that. Because otherwise I'm gonna die.
Great.
So I'm gonna clear all the marks with that. And I think at least initially, he's gonna move to inspect the door, but then getting there and not really seeing much at all, is just gonna rest his head against it and try and reach out and call again, just from his mind, are you there? Doesn't hear anything, I don't think, but turns around and sees that without the added context of knowing about Patrick Swayze.
Deep in thought.
See, Josh sees one thing, you see, and Art sees something else. I think that's the problem. Art sees this kind of mystical healing thing. Josh sees something a lot worse. So we're going to separate those two right now. Character and player are going to have to separate. Because I think Art's just going to sidle up next to the pair of them, because obviously he can't see Jack. And he's just going to say to Tybalt, is it real then? This? Is it real?
I would love to say that it's not, but it is. I look to both of them for a second and say that might not have been fully honest in the past. I don't always get the spirits that I tell people I get, but I do get to speak to them. They whisper to me sometimes, and I see my husband for real all the time. He's always with me, like his soul never really rested since the accident.
Do you see anyone else?
Right now? Do I? I'll try to open my senses.
Yeah,
Let's
make
put it
a
like
sense
that.
roll. Make a sense
Can
roll to
I,
choose surroundings.
Can I give him a drive, seeing as I'm
Yeah,
been reaching
can
out?
do. Can do.
Yeah, I will burn one of mine too, just because I know this is important. Do you? So
I'll say in this moment, if you want to do that, I'll say Tybalt, you put a hand on his shoulder to kind of connect with him and to connect with everything else going on.
Amazing. Okay, come on. Yes, that's a mixed success. Double mixes, 5-5.
I will say that with that, with the hand on the shoulder, you attune, you kind of go out of yourself again for a moment. And you see that shadow you saw again, kind of just settled alongside Art. It's almost like it's not a full shape where it was before. It's a bit of like it's a bit disrupted. It's kind of like flittering in and out. Parts of it disappear. Parts of the figure disappear, come back, and it's kind of not able to root itself into this plane of existence very well. You don't get much more than a visual. You don't get any sort of like message.
Do I sense the stature of this creature?
The stature doesn't, in terms of the height, it's still the same. It's just in terms of holding its form. You're not really getting the full form you did earlier.
Oh, yes, I'll say yes. There is something else next to you, close to you. It just feels like he's not fully grasping in this realm. He's just in between.
I think very slowly Art's gonna reach out his hand, the one that's just truly broken and gone, to try and hold hers.
Roll a sense.
I'm gonna chuck another drive in this.
Yeah, could I burn one drive to kind of just try to channel my own kind of ghostly connection
try and help
into him?
root them in here, help them assist this entity to root themselves in this space. Yeah, as a form to give a drive to Arthur, if that's what you're wishing to do.
Not one left, please.
I've got none. So hang on, I've got 2 drives.
If you're giving yourself one, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Double 6.
Critical success.
Theobald, in this moment, you focus. An intense wave of emotion comes over you. And this point, this entity that was flicking in and out, becomes a full shape. It's a shape of a child. And based on, you can even see parts of kind of that make up this child. You see you assume this is a little girl. And Arthur, in this moment you connect, and still hand to shoulder, you kind of sense and feel, and for a moment you see her.
Oh, could I do a whooping over, please? Just because it's not the critical success. Should I take the ghost inside?
Sure,
I really want to.
Sure. Absolutely. You want to take this person in?
As I just want to make sure that Josh is okay though with it.
I will leave the scene. If you're happy to do this, I will leave the scene to you if you want this to happen, because I like this idea.
Yes, if Josh is cool with it, I would like to do that. As I see her and feel the connection that they have, I will just kind of like close my eyes for a second, and in my mind, I will kind of think aloud, because that's something that I'm able to do when I connect with the spirits, and I'll just allow, on my mind says, if you want, you can't use me. I feel that you have a strong connection with Arthur, and this is the moment. If there was any moment, this is your time to speak to him. So please do it if you are able to.
They don't quite say anything at this point because they don't have a voice. But they will step into you. And your eyes and your iris go clear. It's almost like, that kind of clear, blurry vision, like if you're blind with your eyes. But it's just that you're not seeing with your eyes anymore. And it is not your voice that comes out of this person.
I just imagine
and I'll leave the scene to you.
I just imagine Tybalt going into a place like in Stranger Things where 11 go, like the upside down, that is completely pitch blackness, and all I see is myself, but all around me is completely black, so I'm not actually there anymore. and then on as you look at him, Art and Klaus, Professor, you will see that there is like almost like a superposition of her on top of me, kind of thing. So there is like you can actually see her on top of me, the both of you, like almost like a flickery kind of ethereal blue figure. Why you
Yeah,
laughing?
I'll say your hair. I'll say your hair intensifies in this moment to help create this ghostly, ethereal face,
Yeah.
or like not a full face, but like just little parts of kind of ebbing and flowing, like this ethereal energy. And again, trying to hold onto your vessel as it currently doesn't have a vessel of its own. This entity, this spirit.
By the way, I'm not laughing. I'm just in my head. I'm like, this is so cool.
No, I'm just saying in a nice way. I see. Yes. So.
Arthur, do you have any questions?
Ooh, okay, right, hang on.
And I'm here. I'll help with anything as well.
Seeing this visage of the girl who's kind of appearing in front, and I think Art is maybe seeing a slightly fuller version than perhaps the Professor would be at this stage, you know, having the greater context of who she is. He's gonna reach out his hand to like try and brush her face, but like a combination of just seeing his own hand and you know, just the flickering context of what's actually happening, kind of seeing flickers of people behind is just gonna like flinch back. And he's gonna say, "Is this you?" Neve, is this you?
God, you've grown, but you're still the same inside. It is.
Neve? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I needed you. I was so lost. I am so lost.
Oh, please don't. She kind of like, for a second it will be Tybalt kind of doing, but his hand, like you described, is kind of half like ethereal-ish kind of on top. And she will kind of wipe your tear and say, it wasn't your fault. You mustn't be hard on yourself. Things happen for a reason, and I never left you. I've always been here next to you. Because of you, I never moved on. I'm always here. You and I.
No. You should move on. You should rest. It's not fair for you to be here with me anymore. I think I knew, really, that you were there. But
Made a promise. Together forever. I'll wait for you. See you soon one day. I know that. We'll be together again.
we are together. It doesn't matter what you are now or what you'll be next. We are together. Every night in my dreams, we are together. It's not worth you clinging on to me or me to you, because it's done. It was done a long time ago. And this lie I tell myself that I can find you again. It is a lie. And is it a lie? T-Bolt, is it a lie?
You already have. You have found me, and I live because of you. This is a gift. But we are bounded together. It's not my choice anymore. It is what it is. And you feel in her voice that she's also kind of shaking the same way that you are, like she's kind of like... But I have to go now.
Yes.
I'm here.
Yes.
You can always reach out.
I know.
You've broken the veil now.
I'm gonna reach out my hand to hold hers, and I think as she slips away, she reaches out her hand towards Arthur, and you see in that moment, Arthur's broken hand is extended, and a hand of light is reaching out towards her, and she takes it and she holds it.
You see on her hand that ring that you gave her. She's still wearing it, even though on this ethereal form. It was meant to be only a game, but it's still there, made out of little wicker or whatever, some childlike material.
I'll look at her in the face and say, okay. Goodbye.
And as she says goodbye, she breaks her ethereal self, breaks up into small little pieces, little range-ups, reversing up. Like a uninstalling of like binary code goes up. A light beyond the shadow.
Art's gonna, only half looking at T-Bolt now, just say, thank you. And he's just gonna walk off for a second.
I think from whatever T-Bolt is, he feels like a vacuum. It kind of sucks him up into the nothingness, back into his body, and as he gets to his body, he's gonna vomit like this black kind of ichor, and I think I'm gonna give myself one brain just for like a made-up ability that I can do, and I think it makes sense that it will cost me something.
I'm
right?
gonna say it's gonna cost you a bleed.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm so close, guys. Next one, I'm getting a scar. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it seems appropriate.
Yeah. And I have no memory of what happened. I'll just kind of see Art walking away, and the professor probably like gobsmacked, I imagine.
Yeah.
So.
He's looking for projectors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it must be okay that they did this now.
This was I guess how I feel means something happened. I got my head is hurt.
You feel a bit like you're hungover.
Yeah. Hurts. Did it work? Never done this before.
9 did work, 9.
Amazing.
He's like, oh shit. No. Yeah, you just went cross-eyed for a minute and then came back.
Cross-eyed so hard he threw up.
That was awesome. That
Wow,
was,
that was really
that was
great.
really good.
That was so
Wow.
good, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Now,
Siska.
Professor,
No, that was amazing.
I'll say as you look up and you see this energy go, you really look at the constellations on this door. As you look at you kind of remember this constellation is here, and to the side of you, you'll actually see three kind of protruding stone pieces of stone that are kind of slightly protruding as almost they're like panels.
Okay.
You assume, because I'll say as you're running, you remember seeing a man messing with something.
Mm-hmm.
You assume it's this, but you don't necessarily know kind of what any of it means per se, but you're kind of stuck with your knowledge. And also because you're a professor of natural sciences, and that includes nature, space, people. You'll see something forming. I'm going to ask you to make a focus roll
Alrighty.
to kind of get a sense and analyze and.
Okay. I think I'm going to add a drive to that as well. So that was a 5. It's the highest.
5 mixed success. Okay. I'm gonna say, you'll realize you mess about with it and you see that as you move it, part of the constellation moves, and you continue to mess with it, and with a mixed success, I'm gonna say, after a while, you kind of see a pattern forming, and you see this is similar to would be the equivalent of the North Star in Newfair. You're like, oh, I know this constellation. You've studied these things, and you put it in a certain position. But there was a step you missed.
Oh.
To finalize it. Well, you do finalize it, but you effectively trip up over something, and you feel a little stab in your palm.
Ah.
And you feel for a small moment, this isn't going to be a body, this is going to be a bleed.
Oh, okay.
A mark and bleed. As you feel a weird sensation come over you. And you see a bit of that kind of light sink into your skin once again.
Oh.
Maybe not your chest, but your hand. You absorb this bleed as if it was a form of tribute to this door as well. As you make the right combination, and your gift is something, but also something is effectively taken away, which is essence of yourself, and replaced with something a bit more volatile.
What is it with you and doors?
Aye, right.
It's a
Pain
theme.
doors.
It's a theme I do, I guess. I don't know. A natural theme I do.
Love it.
Do you have
Yeah,
a
don't fuck with the doors,
traumatizing
guys.
childhood
As we know,
experience?
like in D&D, when people try to push,
True.
kick down, locked doors, it never goes well. Nobody can ever do it. No one can force open the door in D&D. So there you go. And eventually it locks into the right place. The tribute has been made. The door's open. And again, you're blinded by this light. Do you step through?
Is the light the tear? Is it the same thing?
You open it and you don't initially see your quarry before you, the two individuals, Auntie Cooper, if that's her name, and
Oh, she could have
Armand.
a completely different name.
oh my god! But you don't see them in this moment, in this initial moment of tense light, but you don't see the same kind of thinning you've seen before. It seems to have closed. But there's just kind of this intense light, and then against the shadow, it's hard to kind of see beyond the door. We'd have to step in to kind of get a sense of what's going on here. Because from the shadow, it's like you're being blinded to the wrong side of the sun. You need to like adjust yourself. It's kind of like that's what it is. You're shadow to the back, light to the front.
Mein friends, shall we step through?
I think we've gone too far to turn back now. If you're okay with it, I'd like to.
Well then, tally ho!
And the circle of shadow and light enter from shadow to light. And you enter the space, and you enter, and as slowly as the doors close behind you, you kind of like blink a couple times. The light kind of dulls down a little bit, or your eyes are adjusting. You don't know which one's which, and you do see in this space like a dome of black. Again, more star-looking thing, like lights across this dome. This space is enormous, but you see in the center of this space a fountain, grand and majestic, tapestry engraved in it. You can even see it from here. And you see two
Before you say
individuals
anything else,
at the fountain.
before
Yes.
you say anything else, I'm going to say, Dankeschön, I am parched! And I go to walk over it to take a drink.
You make your way there, and you do see these two individuals. And as you approach, you do see Auntie Cooper and Armand. As you approach, you can see they're kind of inspecting it for a while, and they turn around and they go, and your father, Tybalt, goes, "Come no closer. Bow to the cardinal." How do you respond?
Is she the cardinal? That's what I'm thinking. Cool.
As she turns around, yes, it is indeed Auntie Cooper, and she's the only other person there.
I think I'm so shocked at this point that I'm actually not doing anything. I'm not even moving. There is a part of me that is slowly moving towards them, like almost to defy them, but there is fear on my face as well because I know my father. I'm waiting for that slap that is coming, so I'm kind of like in a way protecting myself from it to make it hard for that.
Can I try and read him? I want to know. Hang on. I wouldn't know that that's your father, would I?
I mentioned
Yeah,
it
it was
Okay.
kind of said aloud and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Keith's
Yes,
referring
okay.
to him as like father or
Yeah, I did one
You know,
time.
pastor
I think
and-
on
yeah.
the first one I said father.
Okay. So that being the case, can I try and get a read on him? I want to know if the aggression he has extends to his son, i.e., would he be willing to hurt his son?
roll me a read.
I'm going to put a drive in this as well, because we're
Okay.
Heard. Double falls.
Mixed success. I will say it's pretty clear he doesn't give a fuck about you other two. He made that very clear earlier on with Mr. Klaus. He would not hesitate for a second to kill you both if it required it. And which in this moment is a strong possibility. His son, you're not too sure if he's willing to go that far, but his animosity is felt across this space.
May I... Oh, God, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh,
No, you go.
I was going to say, but I'd like to turn to Tybalt for a moment, because I think it's only right we try and sort of take cues from him to an extent on this. But I'd like to sort of nudge him in the direction of defiance. Almost like, I don't know, how would you say, mentor and ally.
Oh, nice.
Don't know where that's come from. And say, mein Freund, you've already know that I am ein father figure to you. We said this before. And I believe that you have the strength inside you to defy your father if you so wish. And it is your decision what we do next. But please know that we are behind you 100%.
I'll say you whisper this to him.
Very loudly.
If you want, unless you want to say it very
No,
loudly,
that's
you
fair.
can.
That's fair. I think it's something.
I'm just
moment.
because depending which one you go for will occur certain results.
Yeah, no, I think it's a private
okay.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of just whisper as you're having this moment of confrontation. And she goes,
I'll definitely kind of look towards Professor, also look at Art, and then look in a third direction where there is no one else. Probably looking at Jack, that is probably there somewhere. And I'll think of all the stigma that my father has, knowing that he's stronger than anything else, the hatred that he had when me and my husband got married, because I'm sure he found out and all that. And that would probably give me courage to kind of like do what the unthinkable that is going against my father. I'll kind of say aloud, enough running is enough running. And I'll kind of do a step forward, looking towards Auntie Koopy that is going to do something now, as you were describing.
As she says, I would not come any closer to your bots. What your father says is true. I am the Cardinal of Hollow Harbor. And it isn't... I'm sorry to have kept it a secret, but we needed to... continue to study you and see you when you went. You have a gift, which I'm sure you're very aware of. And, well, I may as well address you with my name. As you may already know, may not know my face, may know my reputation. I am Anya Anatoli. Cardinal Anya Anatoli of Hollow Harbor.
And do you still make tea?
I don't think there's going to be another chance for that, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Can I, so without moving closer, is there enough room for me to move sideways?
I can give you the option. It would have to be a hide roll. To kind of stealth it.
No, actually I want to do the opposite of hiding.
You
I
want
to distract.
Oh, that's still a hide roll. It's under
Yes.
distract. So, what sort of distract? Are you just making movement to kind of take attention visually away from the other two?
Pretty much, yeah. So I'm just going to go... I'd like to try
And to
and...
what
if
end,
I
I
can-
guess, is one of the things which
Well,
will
I'd like to
indicate-
try and kind of go nice and wide around and then try and circle in towards the fountain, but just from the other side, if that's possible.
Sure thing. Roll a hide, I guess. If you're just trying to get to the other side of the fountain, like a flanking position kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Well, I had double fours, now I have double fives.
Double fives. You definitely get into a flanking position, and a man draws his sword again because you're not doing this stealthy. You're just kind of distracting. He's going, "Stay where you are."
Can I, Mr... Oh, I don't have a finger. Can I,
However, before you do that, I'm going to talk about the consequence of that mixed success.
Oh. Oh dear.
As you do, and you certainly distract them, of course, and he draws his sword. And then his eyes widen. and the rest of you see. T-Bolt, and Klaus, you are in the perfect position to see this. As behind in the vast vacuum of this dark dome, the star behind you, Art, blinks. In this moment, I need you to make a move roll.
Uh-oh.
This is high stakes.
Okay.
I won't tell you what it is just yet. I just need the roll.
It's a cuddly bear.
Can I say that I saw this coming and was prepared to jump out the fucking way?
I will say you're in a height of kind of ready for them. And if you succeed this, this gives you an extra die, right? Okay. Of course. But your danger sense reverts from here to behind you. So I will allow this. Because now you'll just one die, right? Because you would be at disadvantage otherwise.
Yep.
High stakes roll.
Oh dear. Six.
You see the eyes go wide, and you have already been rattled from danger and crushed. Your senses are high, like you said last time when you moved into your sense, but in this case you are in the move situation, and we're saying in this moment you kind of get that spidey sense tingling. You go, "Wah!" And you dodge as a tendril black shadow dripping with black ooze whips out behind you and tries to, and you dodge out the way, and you mortals all gather to look at this thing coming out of the night sky of this dome. And it, as we say, was not a star, is one giant eye.
I guess as I keep walking not towards the sword. I don't want to stab myself through, but I will say as I'm walking the same, I will repeat what the ghosts were saying. Misaneya? Is that something like that? Yeah, I will say that aloud. Misaneya, with kind of an ominous horror movie kind of voice tone.
Oh, ooh, it's like a fucked up beholder.
Whoa! Wow. Okay. Damn. Not pretty.
As
Probably fine.
We are now
Probably fine.
entering a phased situation. Will we call this combat? Seems a bit unfair for you. Or is it going to be a massacre?
Oh, you bad man.
At this point, I'm going to say what happens here is with the drawn sword that your father has goes, shit! And he goes, it's the Light Devourer! And that, in your context, as you kind of have some knowledge, Olfern, as you've been studying a book, the translation makes sense. It was translation to Light Devourer. They were chanting the name of this entity. Masanaya was Light Devourer. As these corrupted souls were treating it as their god, deity, whatever you want to call it.
Mesanaya, yeah? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or missing Aya, which is the professor.
Yeah. Fire, you all taking.
If this was D&D, I would give you inspiration.
You are all making
I'm
fun
here
of
to
me.
kill you.
This is not good.
So, you will go for art first. So, in this point, again, not D&D, there is no initiative here. It is just your turn, and then we repeat.
From
And as the saying as said last time, and the appropriate things will happen.
Would you mind if I
before
go
you go on,
first?
Before that, what happens, he's already got his sword out. He's going to go, Cardinal, We need to leave. And we'll tear this. And the Cardinal will make their way through. And then he goes, to you, Theobald. It was nice to see you, son.